So from Monday onwards, we are going to have 2 hours of time daily, right? Class. So 45 minutes discussion, 45 minutes discussion about the resources dealing with Azure, and 45 minutes discussion about the Azure DevOps and dealing Azure resources with Azure DevOps. I'll also clear about this this plan, and the rest of the 40 minutes and rest of the 30 minutes will be question and answers. 30 minutes will be Q and A session. Okay, this is the plan of execution from Monday onwards. Any question? This is the plan of execution of the topics from Monday onwards. So you may have a question about what we are going to discuss about in this 45 minutes session about the Azure. Basically, we'll be discussing about the
Sir,
basics of
I'm
the
not
Azure
able
first.
to view your screen, sir.
What about others?
Actually.
Kamala, Rajesh, can you confirm whether you can see my screen or not?
Seen, sir.
Sir, I'm not able to.
I think Avinash, for you the bandwidth is low. Check your bandwidth, please.
Okay, sir.
Others can see my screen, right?
Yes, Mani.
Yes, sir. Visible.
Okay,
Yeah.
can you maximize
So
your screen?
Okay. ఎవరో వచ్చారు సార్.
it's maximize screen only. Okay, let me make the font bigger. Hope it is clear now, guys.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, this is the plan of execution from Monday onwards. Okay, so let me save it.
ఏమైంది?
Guys, can you go on mute? Yeah, thank you. So what exactly this bash agenda is, we wanted to make you comfortable to deal with the to be part of a project which are who are using Azure DevOps for infrastructure, actually infrastructure administration or automation. So for that one, especially in Azure, that is the agenda for this batch. So to be in line for every concept that we'll be using in the real time, we'll be dealing with the half of the time with the for the Azure resources exploration, and half of the time for dealing with the resources exploration in the Azure with the help of the Azure DevOps. Okay, so what exactly will be discussed in this 45 minutes discussion duration? Basics of the Azure, and then deployment models of the Azure, deployment models of the Azure, and then IaaS resources, road operations. At the same time, PaaS resources, road operations. Hope everybody know about CRUD. Simple. Create, rename, update, delete. All clear? So what exactly we are going to discuss about this IaaS scope? We'll be discussing about the virtual machines, virtual networks, storage accounts, web apps. In the past services, we'll be discussing about the SQL databases. Then we'll be discussing about the Docker also, basically Docker, but will be in the when you are talking about Azure, we call them like ACR. ACR. That means Azure Container Registry. Then Kubernetes. In shortcut, we call them like K8s. In the Azure, we call them like Azure Kubernetes Service also. I mean, as part of the pass, we'll be discussing about the provisioning and the basics of the pass. Basically, that's it. So, what exactly you are going to discuss when you're talking about these services? If I want you to let you know, any resource, any resource in Azure can be provisioned, in basically three ways. First one is through portal, second one is through command line, CLI. So PowerShell and CLI. Let me make it like not CLI, through command line, PowerShell and CLI and shell. Okay. Third one is through IAC, which is called as infrastructure as code. So what we have for infrastructure as code? We have ARM templates, and we have Terraform, and we have Bicep. So this is the operations that we are going to do for any resource in the Azure. Apart from this, I mean, this is the scope actually, the Azure scope. But if you ask me what you are going to do about the Azure DevOps for Azure resources, as I told you in this 40 minutes discussion on daily, we are creating a strategy, DevOps strategy for dealing of dealing of .NET programs, .NET projects basically. Second, DevOps strategy for dealing of resources provision in Azure with the help of the ARM templates. Okay, and the next one is with Terraform templates, and the next one is PowerShell. All of you clear? That's it. But not only about this deploying these resources with the PowerShell only or ARM templates of Terraform or .NET. The main focus here is DevOps strategy. How exactly you are going to make use of Azure DevOps and the associated tools. That's the main focus here, not about this part. Okay, so how exactly it's going to be treated in the real time. This is the concept of the our total batch journey in short. In the 30 minutes Q&A session, we'll be discussing about the interview perspective, and we'll be discussing about the learning resources we have, what we have available in free of cost. Any YouTube channels or any documents or any blogs or any official documentation I'll be sharing. And if required, job alerts that I'm job alerts that I'm aware of the same. That's it. Hope all of you are clear about this plan. The reason why I didn't reveal about this plan in the initial classes is, first of all, you should have a practical understanding on what you are going to do. So that's why till yesterday I have shown you like how to create the Azure Active Directory, how to create the Azure DevOps project, how to create the Azure DevOps organization, and how to install the softwares like Visual Studio Code, Git, or Visual Studio, or Terraform, everything. Clear? Any questions about this one? Okay. Now, what we are going to do, discuss today. Anybody who is going to work on Azure, or anybody who is going to work on Azure DevOps, first of all, everybody should be aware of the resource hierarchy to deal with the to to deal in a better way with the Azure or Azure DevOps. Okay. So now we are going to discuss about the Azure we are going to discuss about the resource hierarchy in the Azure. Okay. So all of you know that whenever you have, whenever you are trying to create an account in Azure, suppose you are using your Gmail like manikanta at gmail.com or outlook.com, right? So whenever you are trying to create an account in Azure, basically you are getting created with like manikanta underscore gmail dot on microsoft.com, right? Let me show my AD. Uh, so these are the different Azure Active Directories. In the other name we call them like, what do you call them? Tenants. Why I'm not able to see the tenants? Okay, this one is with this one. Okay. Let me log in with this account. So these are the different Azure Active Directories I have created. But first of all, we have created this Azure Active Directory with my email, my Gmail, my Outlook actually, manikanda.edu@outlook.com. But I have deleted that AAD and created a permanent AAD for my personal usage actually. Okay, but this is one of the directory that this is one of the Azure Active Directory that we have created, like Cloud Krishna 0 cloudkrishna@gmail.com actually. But as that is the first Azure Active Directory that we have created, or that is the Gmail account or email account that we have used to create a Azure Active Directory or to create a account in Azure, then by default a Active Directory will be created, and that will be like the user input dot on Microsoft.com. But I mean, that's why I mentioned here, like whenever I have used manikanta@gmail.com, my Azure Active Directory, whenever I have used this email ID to create an account in Azure, then automatically a Azure Active Directory will be provisioned. A tenant will be automatically provisioned, and that is called your given name dot on Microsoft.com. All of it clear? So in this way, whenever you want to find out the resources hierarchy in the Azure, whenever you want to find the resources hierarchy in the Azure, this will be your root directory basically. So the root directory will be like, let me make it. So this will be the, understand, like this is the root directory. So your root directory will be on Microsoft.com. Okay. So like Kamala created a Azure Active Directory, and Rajesh created a Azure Active Directory, and Avinash created a Azure Active Directory. Okay, so what exactly it will be like now? Kamala dot on Microsoft.com. Here Rajesh dot on Microsoft.com. Here Avinash dot on Microsoft.com. Whereas on Microsoft.com is called as a root directory, and these root tenant you can call it. You can call it root tenant or root Active Directory, root AAD, Azure Active Directory, and these are all called as Azure Active Directories. So Kamala dot on Microsoft.com, Rajesh dot on Microsoft.com, Avinash dot on Microsoft.com. Okay, and Kamala activated at least two or three subscriptions basically. So this is one subscription, this is one subscription, this is one subscription. Okay, let me make it bigger for reference purposes. So this is one subscription, and this is one subscription. So how exactly it's going to be in the real time? So let me make it. Subscription 1, subscription 2. Okay, and in the every subscription we are going to create a logical container. We are going to create a logical container called a resource group, and the number of resource groups in a subscription can be n number. You don't need to define any, you don't have any limitation about the same. So this is RG1 and this is RG2. Okay, in the RG you can create any kind of resource basically. You can create any kind of resource. It's a VM, or it's a web app, or it's a database, or it's a Kubernetes cluster, or it's a Azure Container Registry, or it's anything. It can be anything basically. So the resources hierarchy in the Azure will be like this. But I mean, initially we don't have this concept basically, but later part in the around 2018 or 17 we have we have Azure have introduced a concept called management group, where actually the number of subscriptions can be made part of a group, and that group is called as management group. Okay, so this is how the Azure resource hierarchy. All of it clear? So the least priority, I mean, sorry, not the least priority actually. On the top in the resources hierarchy, on the top, a root Azure Active Directory will be there, and that will be called as on Microsoft.com. And whenever somebody created a Azure Active Directory, by default the Azure Active Directory name would be like that, user given name dot on Microsoft.com. Under Azure Active Directory, there will be a concept called management group, and this management group will be created by consisting a number of subscriptions. A management group can be created for one subscription. A management group can be created for multiple subscriptions. And under every subscription, you can have one resource group or multiple resource groups. Under every resource group, you can have one resource or multiple resources. All of it clear? This is called a resource hierarchy in the Azure. So then somebody will ask a question like, I do agree that kamala.onmicrosoft.com is my Azure Active Directory. But to manage this management group or subscriptions or resource groups or resources, you need users. So what exactly the scope of the users? Simple answer. The user scope will be along with management group basically. Users will be in the Azure Active Directory. All of it clear? Now I have a question. Okay, we have Azure Active Directory. In that we have users, and we have management groups, we have subscriptions, and we have resource groups, and we have resources. How exactly or what exactly the background mechanism, or how exactly we are going to take benefit of the users and the other resources hierarchy in order to implement a real-time project scenario? Okay, so in the real time, suppose I have a I have a Azure directory called manikanta dot on Microsoft.com. Okay, in this I have a subscription called uh, development subscription. Okay, and QA subscription and prod subscription. Okay, so in this manikanta dot on Microsoft.com I have 100 users. So obviously, when you have 100 users, your project is going to have hierarchy level, right? Any MNC will have some CXO circle like CEO, CFO, CTO, COO, CHO, CRO, right? So under the CRO, under the CXO circle, you are going to have vice presidents or presidents, right? Under the presidents, you are going to have IB business unit heads or delivery heads. Under the BU or DUs, you are going to have program managers. Under the program managers, you are going to have project managers. Under the project managers, you are going to have team leaders. Under the team leaders, you are going to have senior engineers or senior developers. Under the senior developers, you are going to have junior developers. Under the junior developers, you are going to have associate developers, right? So in the same way, you have to implement a kind of access control policy in the Azure also for at almost all the level of resources in the hierarchy. So this kind of security or access layers will be implemented in Azure with the help of two concepts, and the one is called RBAC and the other one is called ABAC. So if you ask me about RBAC, this will be called as role based access control, and if you ask me about ABAC, this is called attribute based access control. Okay, and this rollback control will be used to manage management groups, subscriptions, resource groups, and resources. Whereas this ABAC attributes based will be used to manage the access control, simply to manage the Azure Active Directory, Azure Active Directory roles. So if you ask me what exactly these Azure Active Directory roles, in simple term we call them like directory roles. Okay, so let me show you where exactly you can find these directory roles. So if I go here, these are called ABAC roles: application administrator, application developer, or your DevOps administrator, your global admin, or your global reader. All the roles are called as administrative roles, and at the same time these are called as directory roles. And these roles will be comes under the scope of ABAC, attribute based access control. Then you can ask me, where do I find this RBAC? RBAC will be managed to manage the access. I mean, RBAC roles will be used to manage the access control for the subscriptions, management groups, resources, and resource groups. Okay, and one thing that you need to remember always is, suppose suppose a user is created in Azure Active Directory. Okay, and by default this user is not going to have permissions for the subscriptions those are created in AAD. All of it clear? If a user is part of the Azure Active Directory, it doesn't mean like that he have the control over the subscriptions, or it doesn't mean like that he has the access to subscriptions or the management groups or the resource groups or the resources, unless until he is provided with the respective RBAC role. All of it clear? Any questions about the resources hierarchy of Azure?
Can you repeat this again, sir?
Which one? The total part or
Uh,
simple part?
last. I'm back.
Okay. Basically, in the Azure, how exactly we're going to have the leadership hierarchy, or how exactly we're going to have the level hierarchy in in a MNC. In the same way, we are going to have the different kinds of roles of hierarchy in the Azure basically. So these are called two types: RBAC and ABAC. RBAC will be dealing with the access control of the users for the subscriptions and management groups and the resource groups and resources, whereas ABAC will be dealing with the managing the resources of the attribute based and basically directory roles in simple. Okay, let me show you practically. uh, who is going to create a free trial subscription now? Anybody have any credit card, guys? Who has the credit card?
Yes, sir, available.
Okay. Check that. Can you share your screen?
Yeah, sir.
Yeah. And please minimize or please close all your personal data as the session is getting started. One minute. Let me read it. Okay. I mean, as part of the discussion, I told you like that any user who is part of the Azure Active Directory won't be having the default access to subscriptions, right? So I'll show you in practical. Yeah, check that. Please log into the portal.azure.com with your PB details. That is portal.azure.com. I mean, you can use in the active session also. You don't need to use in incognito mode. You can sign out. Yeah, you can go to the trade. Okay. Yep. Now click on the free trial. I mean, not only Chakrathar, anybody can create the free trial accounts, free trial subscriptions basically. But at this point of time, don't create. The reason is, let us implement the real-time scenario. How exactly a subscription will be shared, or a subscription will be provided access to the all the users of the Azure Active Directory. Okay. Yeah, you don't need to give a middle name. That's fine. Come back. Okay. You don't need to give pen details. Yeah. Click on text me. You don't need to give that. If that's the same number, you can use text me because the number is updated in the previous column. Okay. Yeah. You can choose the state. State you need to choose. State. before the postal code. Yeah, yeah, you can check them. That's okay. We will be getting updates on it. That's nothing else. Click on next. I think you need to check them.
Sign
Check
up
them.
on next, sir.
Check them. Click on next.
Yeah.
It's not happening. Huh?
Inside.
Yeah. Okay. I mean,
Then
you'll be
due to
getting
me.
alerts only. You'll be getting alerts. No issues. You can click on
Okay.
next. Click on next. And don't enter the card details at this point of time. You can stop screen share and enter the card details, and then you can share again. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. You can stop the screen share and enter the details. And so once authentication is completed, then you can share the screen again.
Okay. Sir, you are not doing two forwards.
You can click on next. You should.
You know,
It's not happening.
scroll up, like, scroll up. I think one option is missing. Scroll
Okay.
No,
up.
no, no.
Yeah, organization is missing.
Oh, you can mention Visualpath. That name can be anything as you want, or you can mention like Chakradhar only.
Okay.
Mention Chakradhar itself. Don't mention the institute name. That's fine. Whatever the name that you want to, any dream company if you have. That's it. You don't need to give any real time organization. Yeah, click on next. Yep. You can stop the screen share and enter the details and then share the screen.
Okay. Okay. Sir. Due to
So, in order to open any account, I mean Azure account, so do we need to have credit card or any other way?
Earlier it was supporting for the debit cards also, but now they are supporting for only credit card.
Okay.
And that too, if you use a credit card for any account, you cannot use the same credit card for other accounts. It should be separate for each account.
1 minute. Check it there. You are sharing the
I'm
screen
not wrong.
and you're entering the details. That's a card holder name. You need to enter the name there.
yeah.
Stop entering the details, please. Please stop the screen share and enter the details in the offline.
Okay.
The
No.
session is getting recorded. I don't want to
Okay.
misuse the details.
Praveen, you meant to say if I have a credit card and I'm already using it for AWS account, so I cannot open it for Azure, right?
No,
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 it's
it's
not
not
like
like
that.
that.
You
In
can
the,
use.
for Azure
I
only,
mean,
in the Azure
Okay.
itself, you cannot use the same credit card for multiple accounts. You have to
Yeah, yeah,
use
yeah, that is
separate
there.
credit card for each account. Yes.
Okay.
but in the earlier case, almost like if I remember correctly, in the 2018 or 19 time, the same credit card can be used for at least. I mean, I have used my credit card for 10 accounts actually. But from the 2020, they have stopped. They have implemented this kind of rule that same credit card cannot be used for multiple subscriptions. And the recently I found like that in sometimes I found the scenario like that the same mobile number, the same email ID, and the same credit card. These three combination cannot be repeated. Suppose if you have
Okay.
used your email ID and your mobile number and your credit card for single account, using the same details again, you cannot create a free trial account again. You can purchase the, I mean, you
So
can create the
if
pay as you go accounts.
I don't have a credit card, so I can take the subscription from anybody.
Yeah, you don't need to create a subscription for you itself. I mean, I'll be showing you right away that we are going to create a free trial subscription, right? So if
Okay.
somebody wants to create the any resource,
Yeah.
they need to have a subscription. And as we are creating a free trial subscription now,
Yeah.
I will show you the way how exactly the same subscription can be used by all the members of the Azure Active Directory.
Okay, got it. So
I
in
mean,
this case, I don't
this
need to
kind of,
open any.
yeah, you don't need to
Yeah.
create any free trial. I mean, this is
Okay.
the beautiness of the RBAC role in the Azure basically. RBAC, role-based
Okay.
access control. Checker there. Let me know once you're done.
Yes, I done, sir, already.
Okay. Please share the screen. Hope your credit card details are not visible when you share the screen, right?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
automatically
mean, the
shows.
session is getting recorded, and I don't want it to misuse.
Sorry,
Yeah. So, yep. Now click on the home. Now click on the home. Now in the navigate section, you can see an option called subscriptions. Can you click on that? Yep. Seems dollar rate is increased. Okay. So this is the subscription. Can anybody share the screen? Kamala or Rajesh or Avinash, whoever, or Avikanta Shivkumar. Guys,
Yes,
yeah. Kamala, you can share the screen, please, and log
sir.
into Azure account.
Okay.
Go to portal.azure.com. Okay. Now click
Okay.
on the subscriptions. Scroll down. Scroll down. Now click on the subscriptions under the navigate option. Subscriptions. Yep. All of you can see Chakradhar is part of this Azure Active Directory only, and Kamala is also part of this Azure Active Directory only. When the Chakradhar have created a subscription, the Kamala doesn't have the control, doesn't have visibility as well, right? Now, let me share my screen.
Okay. Can you please repeat once? I didn't get the point.
Yeah, I'll tell you. So, see here. Let me share this Azure Active Directory. I mean, for both of you, like Ramesh and Praveen, I didn't create the user IDs for you at this point of time, but this is the scenario. We have a Azure
Okay.
Active Directory that is called Visualpath Placement Batch, and here I
Okay.
have created the users like PB1002 and the respective series actually. Okay, here
Okay.
as per this Azure Active Directory user information, Chakradhar is part of this Azure Active Directory only, and
Okay.
Kamala is also part of this Azure Active Directory. Whereas
Mhm.
Chakradhar created a subscription with a free trial. In the Chakradhar login under the subscriptions page, you can see the free trial subscription information. And
Okay.
in my information, I mean in my screen or in my login or in the Kamala login or anybody other than Chakradhar, the free trial subscription is not visible, even though you are the global
Okay.
admin of the Azure Active also. Let
Okay.
me show you with my global. This is the beauty of the role-based access control. That means unless until you are going to provide the access to any specific objective in the Azure Active Directory or Azure subscriptions, they are not going to see the resources, or that they are not going to find the details of the resources which are available in the Azure Active Directory. Even though, see here, my ID is global admin.
Okay.
Okay, and I cannot see the subscription. If you want me to verify my ID, I can go to here, and I will go to this user ID. I will go to my user ID, and if somebody asks me how to find out what is the attribute role that is assigned to me, or what is the directory role that is assigned to my user ID. I'll go to my user ID and then click on the assign roles. There you can see the role which is assigned for me. Basically, I am the global administrator. Global administrator is a kind of administrative role that will be acting like super admin of this entire space, entire tenant, basically. So even though I'm the global administrator, I don't have access to the visibility of the subscriptions which are created by the this Azure Active Directory users. Right? I cannot see any subscriptions. All of it clear?
Okay.
Now let me show you what need to be done. In order to make use of the subscription that is created by Checkrather for everybody in the team, let me show you the way how you can make it use of. Checkrather, can you create now? Can you share your screen, please? Yeah. So, if somebody asks you what kind of role that you have over the subscription, then you have to say like that under the subscription. When you go to subscriptions page, under the subscription, you will be able to see a column called my role. You will be able to see a column called my role, and whatever the role that is getting displayed under that column will be your role for the subscription. So as this is created by Checkrather, Checkrather is the account admin, basically subscription admin. Okay, yeah. Now let me show you how to share this one. So Checkrather, can you click on free trial? Okay. Now click on the access control, please. Now click on the add. Click on the role assignment. Now click on the owner. Pick the owner in the down. Yep. Click on the owner. Now click on next. Now go to now click on the select members. Select members. Now type my ID. Global admin. Yeah, it's there in the third one. It's by default visible. Global. You can type glow. That's it. Yeah. Click that one. Click on select. That's okay. You click on select. It's fine.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Click on that. Click on that global admin so that the select option will be enabled. Now click on select in the down.
Yes, sir.
No, no, no. In
It
the
be.
down. Scroll down. Scroll down. Still
Yes.
no. Click on the global admin, please. Let me tell you once again. Go to the top.
Here
Pick the
only.
third ID. Pick the third ID.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the down of
That
the
one
page.
side, sir.
That's fine.
Okay.
You're done.
Wait, sir.
You can click and select in the down.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, sir.
No, no. After that one.
No, no,
In the down side of
bottom,
the
bottom.
page.
Yes, sir. Here showing, sir.
No.
Here global admin remove or
That is
దానికంటే
no, no, no.
దానికంటే
That is
కింద ఉంది
okay.
చూడు, దానికంటే
That's
కింద అక్కడ
మీకు
కాదు.
పేజ్ చివర్లో ఉంది. Right.
అది
yes, yes, yes. Okay.
Yeah. Click on review plus assign now. Review
Click
plus
on.
assign. Review plus assign.
Yeah, yes.
Now click on. Yeah. In the bottom section of the page.
Review, sir.
Yeah. Here. Click on that one. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. I'm
So
taking the control.
these are the predefined roles, right? So can we also create our custom
Yeah.
defined?
You can create the customized roles also. No issues.
Okay. So there we can provide the certain privileges also, right?
Yeah. I mean, if you want to create a specific kind of role, to provide a specific kind of access, you can do.
Okay.
Okay, now I can see my role is owner and my subscription name is free trial, and this is created by Chakradhar, right? All of you clear about this one? Earlier I was not able to see the subscription, now I can see because he gave the one he gave the ownership of the subscription to me, right? All of you clear how to provide access to a specific user for the subscription? Now, uh, Kamala, can you share your screen, please? Yeah, I have given the permission rights. Yeah, can you uncheck that show only subscription selected? Can you uncheck that show only after apply? Hold on. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Nothing is there. I mean, we'll be discussing about this filters later, but nothing is visible here. So what I will do is now I will share my screen and will give access to Kamala for this. As I am the owner, I can give the row. I can give the control to Kamala. Okay. Now I'm going here and what I will do is I'll click on role assignment and I will make Kamala as contributor. Click on next. Now let me pick this one. Now let me pick PB. So Sagar, Avinash, Rajesh, Kamala, Najib, Ravikant, Shivkumar. Is Najib joined today? Think. Okay.
No, sir.
As Najib didn't join, I'm not giving access. Okay. I can give access to multiple people at the same time also. So that's why I'm showing it. Now do you plus assign. I have given access to 6 members at the same time. So everybody please log into your Azure portal and verify whether you can see the subscription details available under your subscription space or not. Meanwhile, I will create the user IDs for information. So I'm going to create a user ID. PB1009.
Yes, sir. We get the subscription.
Of you, please confirm. Uh, let me go back to users and create a new user for Praveen. I sent you the login details for Ramesh. Please check your chart.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
And I'm sending the details for Praveen also. Uh, Praveen, I sent you the details also. Please verify.
Yeah, thanks, Moni.
So, all of you clear about the hierarchy of the resources in the Azure? In order
Yes,
to
sir.
understand any kind of real-time challenge, suppose in the real time the people will come to you like, I am the member of the Azure Active Directory, but I cannot see any subscriptions under me. Then it means like that the person doesn't have any access to any kind of subscriptions. So in order to provide the subscription access, the administrator of the subscription need to provide him the control in the RBAC role of the respective subscription. Okay, all of you clear about it? I hope now everybody is clear that how to provide access to a subscription for the other users of the Azure Active Directory.
Hello.
Uh, yeah, I mean, let me give access to these two users also.
Hello.
Let me go to yes, users.
I'm Shivakumar, sir. When
Yeah,
I'm
Shikumar, tell me.
approving the permission, there is something error in server, sir.
Uh, give me a minute. Let me give access to these two guys, and I will come back to you. We'll see the issue. Okay, now contributor. Next, set members. Now, DB. Both of you guys, please check. I have provided access now. Okay, all of you verified, right? So all of you got access to this free trial
Yeah,
subscription now, right?
yeah, 1 minute. I'm checking.
Yeah. Sham, Shiva, Sham, Shiva. You can share the screen now. Let's see what exactly we're getting. Yeah, you need to go to your your mobile app, Microsoft Authenticator app, and then approve it. In the mobile, yesterday you have installed the Authenticator app, right? Sham, sorry, Shiva, Shivakumar, you are on mute if you're speaking.
Hello.
Yeah, in the mobile,
Yes, sir.
yesterday you have
In
installed app,
mobile,
right?
I'm.
Microsoft Authenticator.
Yes, sir.
You need to approve there first of all.
When I'm approving, there is a notification like something error with a server.
Then you can try once again. If still
I'm
you're getting
trying,
the
sir.
error, then here you can use. I can't use the Microsoft Authenticator app right now.
Okay.
Click on I can't use. Click on I can't use. Now, no. Choose the another one. Use the verification code from my mobile app. Yep. Now go there and get the code and enter here. That's it. enter the code, please.
Yeah, hi money. I can see the subscription, free trial subscription under my account.
Yeah, okay. What about others? Everybody? Click on maybe later. No, that's okay. Cancel. Click on subscriptions now. Click on subscriptions. Yeah, click on free trial. Okay. So now you have the access. Yeah. So let me show you something now. Everybody can see subscription they login, right?
Sir, I can't see the subscriptions.
You can't see
Yes.
what should be. You can share your screen, Kamala. That's it. Now uncheck that show only subscriptions set in the field. Then you will be able to.
It can't.
Still you are not able to.
Mhm.
Reload the page. You should be able to. Right?
Yes.
Done.
Now I'm.
Okay.
Yep.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the access for all of you. Now, one second. Okay. So now let me go here. Free trial. Now go to access control. So now we have a task called under this free trial subscription. Your manager or somebody asked you. Your manager or somebody asked you. Like, let me enter free trial. I've changed the name of the subscription now. Okay. Okay. So your manager asked you, hey, can you find out who has the access for this subscription? Then where you need to check? You need to go to access control, then click on the role assignments, so that you should be able to see whoever have access to this subscription. Clear? If you go to access control, and if you go to role assignments, you should be able to see who are the persons having the access to this subscription. Okay. Now I'm going to remove the access for all of you. I'll tell you why. Guys, can you refresh the page and verify whether you can see the assignment still or not? Everybody, please confirm. Guys, can you confirm, please?
I can see Chakradar's subscription now.
Yes, sir, same here.
Yeah, yeah, I can
You
see,
should
but
not
it
be
is
able to.
unauthorized.
Okay, that means you don't have access actually. I mean, maybe because of cache issue, you're able to see, but you should not be able to because I have removed the access. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you access again for all of you, but at this point of time I'm not going you I'm not going to give you the contributor rights. You can just see subscription. So I'm going to make you as raiders of the subscription. When you have the these rights, basically contributor rights, you can do create the resource groups, you can do create the resources, but I don't want you to give the permissions to do like that. Okay, now I have given you the access called raider, so that you can see all the resources under this subscription. Okay, now checker there, you're there, right?
Yes, sir.
Yep. Now let me reload the page. Now let me, and this subscription is valid for only 30 days. After 30 days you're going to lose it. Okay, all of you can see now your role is raider. That means you can see, you can see the resources and the resource groups which are part of the subscription only, but you cannot do create any option except Chakrathar and me. Chakrathar also raider now. Okay, now
Yeah.
what I want to do is I want to remove for this week Kamala is the administrator, so let me remove the Kamala here. Let me promote Kamala as the uh, raider, sorry, owner for this subscription, so that she can do the activities. Mm, let me make continue. Now, Kamala. Okay, yep. Now Kamala is contributor for this subscription. Okay, so now I have a question. Instead of going to this role assignments, the reason is, oh, that is fine. As we have only 11 members, you can see the 11 here. But we have 1000 members here. If you want to find out the specific question, how to find? Simple answer. Enter the details here or enter the ID, the user ID. User is also going to have a ID, right? Clear? On how to find the kind of role or the kind of RBAC permissions which are applied for a specific user. You can filter by name or you can filter by user ID also. If you filter by user ID, you'll be getting an accurate result. But if you filter by name, the result might be more than one, because in organization we are going to have thousand number of users, so the result can be vary. Clear, right? Now, what we are going to do? As per this, we have created a Azure Active Directory that is called Visual Studio, Visualpath Placement Best.onmicrosoft.com, and now we have created a subscription called Checker the Free Trial subscription. Now we are going to create resource groups. Okay, uh, Kamala, can you share your screen, please? Let's do the activity. I will tell you the first action. After that, you can do on your own for everybody. Okay. Yeah. Now go to home. Now go to resource groups in the navigate section. Resource groups.
Resource.
Right. Yeah. Right to subscriptions. Yep. There.
Yes.
Okay. Now click on create. Okay. Everybody Can you go to resource groups and verify whether you have an option to create or not? Others, please confirm. Others, I'll come back to you, Kamala, for a minute.
Okay.
Rajesh, can you share your screen? Rajesh,
I'm having that. Hello.
No,
yeah,
I don't see permissions.
I can create a resource group, sir.
Shivakumar, right?
Yes, sir.
Then create a resource group. Show me your screen.
Shiva, try entering resource group name. There we can see you don't have a permission to create.
Shiva, you can see you
Okay.
can share your screen so the people will be aware.
Okay. Okay.
If you enter the resource group name, it is saying you don't have a permission.
Yeah, at the time of entering, it will say like.
I can't sharing my screen, sir. Something like.
I gave you permission.
I can create a group, sir.
You can create. You should not. Okay, share your screen, please.
Okay.
Hmm. Enter the value in the resource group section. Enter the value. Something like Rajesh Aji or something.
Here.
No, not there. Right side. Create a resource group there. Yep. Give a name.
You
Okay.
don't have a permission.
Okay.
All of it clear? Because you are a reader. That's why you don't have permission to create resources groups or resources. Clear? Everybody. Now let me go back to Kamala and make it happen. Yeah. Kamala, can you share your screen, please? Now you can create each and every you can create a resource group for each and every candidate. Okay. You can create a resource group called Sekardar RG, Ramesh RG, Ramesh in the resource group section. Enter the value. Ramesh RG. Hello, Kamala.
Sir?
Yeah, in the resource group field, enter the value. No, in the right side.
Okay.
Yep, there. Enter like Ramesh RG.
Ramesh?
RG.
Acha.
RG stands for resource group.
Okay.
Okay. You also don't have permission because of contributor. Let me make
Yeah.
you.
To
Okay,
create
give
resource.
me a minute. Yeah, give me
Okay.
a minute. I'll make you owner. Okay, I will tell you the purpose actually. Why we are doing like this. I'll tell you the purpose in the coming sessions. Give me first. Kamala, can you reload the play? Can you refresh the place, please?
Okay.
Yeah, can you check now? You are getting.
We don't have
Reload the
permission
page.
to
Again.
use that.
Yeah, I think it didn't reflect it yet. Reload the page once again.
Okay, go to home and again go to resource.
That's okay.
Okay.
When you refresh the session, it will come. That's okay. Ramesh RG.
Ramesh.
Ramesh RG. It's still not coming. Huh? Why? It should be. Yep.
Yeah, log out and log in back again.
Click on resource groups once again. Yeah, we'll see. If it's not happening, then we'll log out and log in.
Sir,
Yeah, Rajesh, tell me.
sir, we have to update the rename, sir. Check whether free trial, na?
I have updated. Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, but here not showing, sir. Here showing for free trial only.
You need to reload the page, Chakravarti.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
okay.
sir. Again.
Even if
Okay.
that's okay. If it's not showing you, that's okay. But it'll okay. Let me. Okay. I hope you got a good option, good opportunity to explore this issue. See, I have promoted Kamala as the owner for the subscription. Let me show you.
Okay.
Okay. I have promoted Kamala to act as the owner for this subscription. All of you can see, right? Kamala is owner, like me,
Yes.
right? But still, Kamala is getting a issue like she cannot create the resources, right? In this case, what you need to do in the real time? Let me show you. Kamala, can you go share your screen, please? No.
Yes.
Now go to home. First of all, you need to identify whether you have the proper permissions at the subscription level or not. Now go to home. Now go to Chakra the FT. Now go to access control. Now go to role assignments.
Add or roller.
Role assign. No, no,
Oh,
role
both are
assignments. Roles. No, no, no.
remote.
Yep. There. Okay. It's because of the issue that's getting affected because of the couple of changes that we did within the specified time interval actually. Okay. Now what you can do is you can log out and log in.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Check other. Can you share your screen for a while?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Updated also. Updated, sir. Login on.
Okay. Now it is updated, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. It's okay. Now go to now click on add. No, no, no. Sorry. Click on overview. Click on overview in the left side. Okay. It's okay. Yep.
Hello.
Now click on home. Yeah, sure.
So, sir,
You made a Kamala as a owner. Are you still a
Yep.
owner or reader, sir?
Me,
Yes.
I'm the owner. You can have multiple owners for subscription.
Okay. Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah. Click on check the click on subscriptions. What's your role here? Let's verify. Your account. You are still account admin because you are the person who created the subscription. Okay. Kamala, let me know once you're
Sir,
back.
I have got the role assignment, sir.
Okay. Now you
Okay.
can share your screen.
Okay.
Okay. Now go to home and then go to resource groups and try to create resource group now. Ramesh Archie. Yep. Click on
I think
review
you need,
plus create.
I think you need to select the subscription, right? It is showing free trial, so it should be check the
I
ref or
mean,
something.
It no. It's already selected. The name is not reflected in the all the consoles actually. That's it.
Okay.
Kamala, can you? Okay, you can click and create. That's fine.
Create or previous?
Create. Okay. Yep. Now, yep. In the same way, create a resource group for every user. I'll tell you what to do. What to do next.
Okay.
Like for you, for Chakradhar, for Avinash, for everybody. Guys,
Okay.
please verify if you are not getting. I mean, if you are not getting. I mean, if you are not get created any RG. Okay. You can ask Kamala to create. Please verify whether you can see the resource group in your console or not.
Yeah, I can see resource group of mine.
Can anyone tell the other names other than RJ's here?
Shivakumar.
Shivakumar. Okay.
Kamala, can you create Praveen RG?
Avinash. I have created
Praveen.
for Avinash.
No,
No,
Praveen
Praveen.
Arche.
Left. Names. Under name.
Ravikant.
Praveen.
Ravikant. Okay. Still
Kamala, can you create Praveen RG?
Praveen.
Yes.
Okay. Still anyone left? Created 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have created 9, including me. Still anyone left? Sir, I have
Okay.
created.
That's okay, Kamala. Thank you. Okay. Now everybody go to their RG. Kamala, can you go to your RG?
Yes, sir.
Everybody go to their RG, please. Click on that. Now in the screen, Kamala RG, Kamala can see a create option. What about for
Okay.
you? Verify. Guys, please confirm.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
We
sir.
also have a create option.
Sorry.
We also having that create option.
Rajesh, for you.
Yes, sir. We also having that. I also have.
Okay. Can you click on? Can you try to create? Click on create. Kamala, you can
Yes.
click on create. Okay. Now scroll down. Now click on the storage account. Storage account create. Yep.
Create, sir.
Create. Yeah. Create. Give something. Yeah. Now in the resource group, choose your resource group. Ravikant Daji. Oh, sorry, Kamala. Right. Scroll down. Scroll down. Oh, no, no, that's okay. You need to choose Kamala only. Scroll
Okay.
down. Now in the story account name, enter like Kamala 8819. I mean your name, your story account name should be unique actually. And
Okay.
you should not give capital letters.
Okay.
For the story account, you should not give capital letters. It's already used. Yeah. This is not used, I think.
Mm.
Yeah. Scroll down. Yeah. Click on create. Review plus create. Okay. It's getting validated. Let's wait. Let's complete. Scroll down till end. Till end. Scroll down till end. Yeah. Now click on create. Okay. Yeah. Now everybody, please try to create a storage account in your RG.
I
I'll
followed
confirm you
through
once
that
you're done.
process, sir. Hello.
Sorry.
Hello.
Yep. Shikumar.
This is Shivakumar, sir. I followed through that process. When I click on create and review, at the end I got a you have failed to create the account.
That's it. Let me share a screen. What about others?
I'm getting validation file. Some information is missing. Required information is missing or not valid.
Okay. Shikumar, can I share your screen? These are the permissions.
Is my screen visible, sir?
No.
No.
Hmm. Rajesh, you can share. I think Shiva is facing some issue.
Okay.
Go to basics. You can see an option called basics, right? There
That
you
is
can see
same
an
issue
option.
I'm having.
Scroll down. You need to give the name right here. In the story account name, you need to give some name. You should not give capital letters for story account. You need to give some number so that you will get unique values. Yeah, right. Now click on View plus create directly. Click here to view details. What are you saying?
Uh,
You doesn't have the authorization to perform the action. That means you have not been privileged to create a story account basically. Okay. So in this case, what to be done for you? Simple answer. Go back to your Rajesh Raji. Click on the Rajesh Raji in the hierarchy. Yep. Now go to access control. Now click on view my access. What kind of access you
Reader.
have?
Reader.
So a reader can see resources but cannot do anything. That's all.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Now let's go back to Kamala. Kamala, it's time to implement another action. Share the screen, please. Okay. Now click on go to resource. So Kamala is the owner for subscription and Kamala is the owner for resource group. So Kamala can create a story account, but all of you not. Let me tell you the scenario why you didn't. Because Kamala is the owner and I am the owner and Chakradev is the account admin. But all of you are permitted with raider role. You are not entitled to create anything. So how to make you entitled to create resources? Now go to home, Kamala. Go to home and then go to resource groups, please. Okay. Now click on Rajesh RG. Click on Rajesh RG. No, Rajesh RG. Yes. Now click on access control. Access control. Now click on add. Now click on add role assignment. Now pick the owner. Owner. Now click on next. Now click on select members. Now pick the Rajesh ID. Type Rajesh.
Yes.
Yeah. Now
Hmm.
click on select. Click on select. Now click on review plus assign. Now click on once again. Okay. Yeah. In the similar way, what Kamala, what you need to do is go to
Okay.
each and every RG and give owner access for that specific user.
Okay.
Then they should be able to create the story account in their resource group. All of it clear? How to provide a ownership access for a user and the particular resource group. I mean, in the real time, this is how it will be implemented actually. So we can do still customization, but at this point of basic class, I gave you the basic access. Okay. Any questions?
Yes,
Mm.
Kamala, check. No. Check the role for Chakradhar. Basically,
Hmm.
Chakradhar is the account admin, so that you don't need to give actually.
Okay. Okay.
Go back. Let's verify the Chakradhar properties after this activity is completed, and then we'll see if we need to do anything for Chakradhar. Okay. Meanwhile, you can give access to everybody
Okay.
for other resource groups.
I'm able to create a that's
So in real time, so each and every user's group will be created, right?
But I mean, as of now, I mean, I am going to let you know in the real time scenarios. But
Okay.
in the real time, for every user, there won't be resource group actually. In the real
Yeah.
time,
Only
for
single
every
user.
application, for every application, we are going to have resource group, right?
Okay.
Like some application hyphen dev environment, some application hyphen QA environment, some application
Yeah.
hyphen prod environment. So in the real time, we are not going to create resource groups based on the user, but based on the application basically.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
Sir, I
Instead of
created a storage account, sir.
Ravikant, yeah, instead of Ravikant RG, Ramesh RG, Praveen RG, what actually we are going to have? Uh, application hyphen dev environment, application hyphen QA, application hyphen prod. Because in the real time, applications will be there, users will be coming and going, but applications will be maintaining, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
As here we don't have any kind of application architecture right now, so that's why I have asked you to create. I mean, I have asked Kamala to create the similar kind of architecture with the name of the resource groups basically users.
Okay.
All of it clear, right? Any questions? Guys, once you got access to resource group, please create a story account on your name, on your personal interest.
Sir, I have completed the assignment of the role, sir.
Okay, Kamala, let's go to home and we'll wait for the confirmation of the team once they are done with the account creation.
Sir, I create, sir, but where will be show, sir? Storage account.
Sorry, Chakravar, I didn't get you.
I create, sir, storage create account,
Okay.
but where will be show, sir?
Oh, you want to see where it is, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Kamala, can you go there?
Yes, sir.
Can you go to your
Sir,
resource group? Can you go to your resource group? You can see in the down. Yep. Okay. When you click on the resource group, under the overview section, you can see your story account name in the right side. Right side. This is called resource pane. Yep. Scroll down.
excuse me. Here
Right.
it is.
You can see your story account created. Right. So under
Yes.
the resource group, you can see your storage account. I mean, whatever the resource that you created under resource group will be shown here.
Okay, sir.
Clear? Yeah. Now, what you need to do is now Rajesh has access to Rajesh RG, right?
Yes.
Now, Rajesh, can you try to create account in Praveen RG or Ramesh RG or Ravikant RG, any other RG other than your
Okay.
RG? Try to create a story account in other RG, any other RG. All of you guys, please try. Other than your RG, you need to try to create account in other RG.
I'm still getting that validation fail notification, sir.
That means you have not given the story account name in the basic section.
I gave all of them, sir. I gave unique name.
Is it? Share your screen. Let's check. Kamala, you will be able to
Yes, sir.
create resource groups. You will be able to create story account because you are the admin. You don't need to try.
Okay, okay.
We'll let others verify and come back. Shiva, you can share your screen, please.
I can't sharing my screen, sir.
I mean, to verify the issue, I need screen share, right?
Yes, sir. But uh, when I'm sharing, there is something like screening, like meeting ID, something like that. Azure DevOps online training, meeting ID, something.
Maybe you need to work on that to resolve. Well, I can share the screen now.
Can I re-login in again, sir?
Yes, please.
Mani, I've tried creating the storage account under Avinash resource group. So I'm
Okay.
getting an error saying that does not have a authorization to perform action.
Yes, that's true. Because I'll tell you the reason. Let others complete, please.
Yeah.
Please wait.
Yes, sir. I'm trying to create a RG, Avinash RG. It's a, it says scope is invalid. It access was recently granted.
Okay. What about others?
Done, sir.
What about others other than Kamala and Chakradhar? Because Kamala and Chakradhar have permissions to do anything in the subscription.
Now, can I share my screen, sir?
Yeah. And validation failed. Click here to view details. Hmm. Same error. Authorization issue. Okay. Yeah, same error.
Resource KP is given for Avinash.
What should I do now, sir?
I think you need to
No,
select
I
your
mean you need to set
yours.
your RG actually.
Yeah, you're
You're selecting
selecting
Avinash
Avinash.
RG. Yeah. I mean, this is what I have asked you to do actually. I mean, as you guys created RG, as you guys created your story account in your own RG, I have asked you to create. I think okay. No, no, you didn't create it. Go to overview.
Oh,
Go to
overview.
overview.
Oh,
Create resource.
No, click on resource. No, go back. That's okay.
Back.
No, that's okay. Okay, click on create. Now here, choose your resource group. Scroll down. Instead of Avinash RG, choose your resource group. Yeah, now try to create. It'll work. That's okay. Okay, not work. For sure. Okay, validation passed.
Okay.
Click on create.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, let's go back to Kamala then. Guys, what about yours? What about the others? So, everybody, when they are trying to create a storage account in other resource group other than your resource group,
Yes, sir.
you are getting ended with authorization error, right?
Yes, sir.
Simple answer. The reason is other than your resource group who have not given you the contributor or owner access. Who have given you have been given with the reader access itself, right?
Yes.
Now, Rajesh, share your screen, please. Let me show you the answer in the practical mode. Yeah. Now go to any other resource group other than yours. Avinash or Kamala or anything. It's okay. Okay. Now go to access control. No, no, you don't need to create. I know the error. Go to Kamala RG, please. Then go to access control. Then go to view my access. View my access. So what kind of role you have here? Raider. See? So Raider doesn't have any permission to create the resources. Everybody, whichever
View
RG you tried, go there and then go there and try to find your access. Everybody have reader access only, other than your RG for any other RG. But for your RG, check for your RG you're going to have owner access.
owner and reader both access.
Hmm. That's okay. Raider is inherited. Owner is for this resource group only.
Okay.
All of it clear?
We
Right?
only allowed to create group in this only this original, right?
Yes, exactly. You are restricted now to create any resources in your RG only. In any other RG, you cannot create any resources. But in other RG, you can see what resources are there because you have the reader access in the subscription level.
Okay.
All of it clear? Can you go to Avinash RG please? That's okay, any RG, not only Avinash. Okay, can you go to overview? That's okay, you are going to have reader access. Inherited. Now now go to overview.
Oh,
Avinash, I have not created anything right now, I think. Yeah, go to Chakradhar, go to Kamala RG. Chakradhar also, I don't think so. Created. Right, you can see. You can see the resources in the other RG, but you cannot create the resources in any other RG. Okay?
okay. Hmm.
All of you clear now?
Sir.
So, so this is a practical example of resource hierarchy, and this is a practical example of restricting or allowing a person to create the resource or read the resource in the resource group level or in the subscription level. All of it clear?
Yes, sir.
Any questions about this one? So, I mean, what I have tried to aware in this scenario is, first of all, in the real time, when you are trying to create any resource, and if you are not able to create the resource, understand about the error. First point. Second point, if you are not able to create the resources, go to that resource group and then verify your access, whether you have the proper access to create the resources or not. All of it clear? Everybody.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Now I'll tell you one thing. Go to your RG. Rajesh, go to your RG, please. Okay. Now go to access control.
Okay.
Okay. Now click on the roles. So if anybody asked you in the interview or any other discussion, can you tell me what are the different RBAC roles? All these are called RBAC roles, role based access control roles. All these are called default rollback roles, default RBAC roles. Okay, these are the. If anybody asks you, can you tell me something about, or can you give me some examples about different type of RBAC roles? So all these are called RBAC roles, and these are by default RBAC roles. All of it clear?
Yes.
Clear, right? All these are called RBAC roles. Go to the top, please. Once. Scroll up. Okay, now here, click on the type. No. Click on the category. Better. Click on the category, please. Scroll drop down. Now here, pick compute. Okay, if somebody asks you what are the different type of RBAC roles by defaultly available for the compute category, then you need to say these are the different roles, different RBAC roles available for compute category. Okay. Now, if somebody asks you about DevOps, what you need to do? Go to roles and then go to category. Drop down the filter, please. Now pick DevOps here. Okay. So these are the two roles available for RBAC for the DevOps category. If you want to filter, but how many roles are available in the RBAC as of now? By default, click on all. You will see the count there.
2000 around, right?
Any idea how many roles?
2000.
No. Simple answer. Can you filter with any component in the category? Filter with any other component? Any component. Pick any component. That's fine.
Okay,
So here you
321.
can see 321 roles are there. Out of 321, 17 roles are AI plus machine learning roles.
Okay.
Uh,
All of it clear now? How many RBAC roles are available? 321 RBAC roles are available.
21.
Right? And if somebody asks you what are the how many roles are available for the general category? In the category, go to general.
Out of all. Okay.
4 roles.
4 roles available. What are the 4 roles? Owner,
Owner, contributor,
contributor, reader, user access administrator. Out of 321, only 4 roles are general roles. Other roles out of 4, other than these 4 roles are component based or category based rollback roles. Clear? That means the DevOps roles, the DevOps RBAC roles are for DevOps purpose only. Compute RBAC roles are for compute purpose only. Network RBAC roles are for network purpose only. AI RBAC roles are for AI operations only. Are we clear? Okay. Now, uh, this is okay. You got to see that 321 roles are available at the resource group level. But what about the subscription level? If you want to find that, you need to go to home and then go to subscriptions. Go to subscriptions and then go to check other FT and then go to access control and then go to roles. Pick any category so that you will be able to see the count.
Here also 321.
Because see, the RBAC roles will be the root the root category will be like subscription only. But from this subscription, the RBAC roles are applied for resource group. That's why you have the reader access here. Basically, go to check access, please. Go to check access. No, no, leave it. Leave it. No, you don't need.
The roles
Check
column.
access. Check access.
Okay, first one. First one. So, left.
Click on view my access.
Reader.
Okay. So you have the reader access defined for you at the subscription level, basically. Okay. So that's why, yeah. And the role is defined here. So that's, and your Rajesh RG is part of this subscription. You can see reader is inherited in the Raji. Right. I mean, if you go to access control in your RG, you can see owner and reader, right? And for the
Yes.
reader, you can see subscription inherited, right?
Yes, sir.
Go to subscription. I mean, go to your RG, please. I'll tell you. Now there is a point to discuss about here. Go to your RG and then go to access control and then click on view my access. So in the real time question, this is you can see inherited, right, for the reader.
Yes.
So in the real time, they will ask you like, if I mean if you go to view my access, you can see lot of roles actually. And can you tell me where exactly this lot of roles are defined? Then you need to answer about the scope. This owner role is
Scope.
defined for you at the this resource group level, and the raider role is defined for you. I mean, raider role is granted for you at the subscription level. Okay, if somebody asks you,
Yes.
everybody clear now? How to identify where exactly the role is assigned? I mean, at what level or at what scope the role is assigned for you?
But here it is not showing right at which level it is assigned.
The
So
scope is only level only. I mean, scope is the level. So that's why for raider the scope is subscription. For owner, that is this resource. That means resource group.
okay, 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 okay.
Guys, remember this thing. In order to be a better Azure DevOps administrator or in order to be a better Azure administrator, this RBAC and this ABAC, I mean role-based access control or attribute-based access control will help you most. The reason is, I mean, the amount of knowledge, the amount of good knowledge that you have in understanding the Azure resource hierarchy, the easiest way to resolve the issues in the real time. Clear? So that's why before going with this practical, I have told you about resource hierarchy in the Azure. Okay. Now we can come to a conclusion like that. In the Azure, it is not mandatory to have a management group actually. So that's why we have Azure Active Directory. Let me share my screen. Allow me with 5 minutes. I'll close the session. Okay, just 5 minutes. See, we have created this storage account, right, in the resource group. Everybody,
Yes.
Yes.
and in this resource, in this resource group, we have created resources. To create the resources, we need to have a resource group, and to create the resource group, we should have a subscription. To create a subscription, we don't need to have a management group. It's not mandatory. But every subscription will be part of a Azure Active Directory only. All of it clear now? Now, if you ask me to conclude this part, what I will say is Azure Active Directory. In the Azure Active Directory, you are going to have management groups. Under the management, groups, we are going to create subscriptions. Under the subscriptions, we are going to create resource groups. Under the resource groups, we are going to create resources. Whereas without creating management groups, you can create subscriptions. Without creating subscriptions, you cannot create resource groups. Without creating resource groups, you cannot create resources. But the terms are here, the T and C apply. The reason is in Azure, we can create some resources without creating resource groups. For some resources, I mean, if you want to create if you want to create some resources, you must and should create a create a resource group first. So now what you need to do? We need to identify, or we need to have the information about which resources which resources can be created without creating a resource group, and which resources cannot be created without creating resource group. Okay. We'll discuss about these details, and we'll discuss about these differences in the coming classes. All of you clear about the hierarchy of a resource? I mean, hierarchy of the resource in the Azure.
Yes.
I mean, I know that you need to practice to understand it better, but I hope I gave the better clarity. Okay. Yep. I'm stopping the screen share. Sorry, I'm stopping the recording now. We're done.